Welcome to Inside the Force. I'm Greg Grunberg, a.k.a. Snap Wexley.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
And welcome to Inside the Force after you had your big old turkey dinner. Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining us.
Listen to this as your belly digests.
Yeah.
Get ready for round two.
Maybe you're sitting in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasted an hour. You got popped in the headphones.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Best time.
Best time. Thanks for joining us. Dave Cottingham here with Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
We are 21 days away from Rogue One.
That is pretty wild.
Exactly 3 weeks
Pretty
from
wild.
Thanksgiving night, we will be watching Rogue One in the theater. I am a little upset that pre-sale tickets haven't happened, but they have
in this country.
In this country, that's exactly what I'm getting at. But they have happened in the UK.
Yeah. No, I was sure that they would
Wrong
do
UK
it.
country.
I know, yeah. Jeez. I was sure they would do it before Thanksgiving. I mean, and we're kind of getting into the news already, but yeah, release for tickets, pre-release in UK. Some theaters in the US have been posting showtimes.
Really?
Yeah. But you can't buy tickets.
Not around here.
No.
Because I've been looking at Fandango constantly.
I saw one of Fandango. It's like out of the state. It's like 300 miles away in some theater post. That's the closest one right now. But you can't buy them, man. But they're just posting showtimes, which stinks. So I'm still thinking this week. I mean, if they're why would they hold out? I just don't know.
I mean, they could have gone on sale on Thanksgiving, like right now.
Yeah.
While we're
sure. So
so who knows? But
yeah.
But I'm telling you, as soon as they go, I'm gobbling up. Mm-hmm. We got the one reserved on Friday already, but I'm gobbling up Thursday night.
Yes.
We got so many people that want to go see it.
Are we going to try to do the earliest we can, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And like last year, I think it was like a 7 o'clock or something
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's right.
Yeah, so we'll go straight from work. I'm going straight there, man. I'm going to try to get the reserve seating ones like we did last time.
I think there's only one screen at our
and at the Fan Mall, there is only one. It's the XD screen.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get in that one again.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like that's going to go the fastest. So right when they announce, I want to get on there and just start getting as many tickets as I can. Mm-hmm. You can only buy them in groups of 9, which is weird. You can only pick 9 seats at a time.
Yeah.
You have to buy, and then you have to go back in, pick more, go back.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Tag team maybe.
Yes, very much so. All right, so again, like I said, 21 days. We'll get into some news here as we dive into more Star Wars stuff here.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of slow though. I mean, a couple decent things happened. Decently big things happened over the week. Regarding episode 8, there's nothing.
No.
I believe nothing. Regarding Han Solo movie, actually, we have a casting announcement.
Yes.
I guess the lead female role of the film, I would assume, Emilia Clarke. You may know her from Game of Thrones. Daenerys? Is that her name?
Daenerys,
right? The Draconian Queen.
I think she's a Targaryen.
Targaryen. Why did I say Draconian is something else? Yeah, Targaryen. Yeah.
It's Targaryen, right?
Yeah. Shows you how much Game of Thrones I watched.
And she was in the Terminator show, or she was in Genesis.
The movie,
Terminator
right?
Genesis.
Yeah.
She was
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor.
Very cool. Yeah. So she's awesome, and
Yeah.
I mean,
big.
They have good actors.
Big actress.
They have good actors in this movie. So
very not up and coming, but just really steady A-listers right now that are just getting high demand. Mm-hmm. But
Alden Ehrenreich is definitely up and coming. He's getting a lot of stuff right now.
Well, so is Glover. Man.
Glover, he's especially on the
commodity.
dramatic front. He's definitely getting some stuff. And
because is it Emilia?
I don't know.
Because I always hear it. It's weird because when she's in the shows, they always just say Emily Clark.
Emily.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I've never heard her called Emilia, which is how it's spelled.
Yeah,
But
I've always just said Amelia.
Okay, and the reason why also is that she shot a movie in Kentucky.
Right.
A movie based on a book called Above Suspicion. And even I was talking to a cast member on there, and even he called her Emily Clark.
Wow.
So I don't know. I think it's
a
I think
British
it's one of
way
those
of
weird
spelling.
things. I guess I don't know.
Interesting. Oh well.
Anyway, so
sorry.
she's in a ton of movies and stuff right now. TV show, obviously one of the biggest TV shows on television right now.
Yeah.
But who is she going to play?
I mean, just the love interest of Han Solo, I guess. Maybe another scoundrel kind of character, which would be cool.
Yeah,
Pretty neat. Or maybe she's an Imperial.
it could be an
Imperial officer. What if she's Sloane?
Oh, wow, that would be crazy. Yeah,
Throwing it out there.
yeah. But she's definitely got to be, some kind of love interest for Han.
You
Definitely,
would think. Yeah.
definitely the female lead.
Yeah.
in the movie, because that's something we haven't heard yet.
How? And she's
In fact, there's only been Han and Chewie and Lando confirmed, pretty much, right?
Yeah, she's 30 years old, but she can play younger.
Oh yeah, she definitely looks younger. Well, all those guys are probably in their 30s, right? Is Alden Alden's your age, or is he your age?
A little older. Let me see. Alden Ehrenreich, 27. Donald Glover is about 33, actually. Wow.
Oh, yeah, he looks young too, though.
He does, definitely.
Yeah,
So
I think he's playing like a teenager in that Atlanta show almost.
really?
No,
It
he's
seems
probably
like it.
not, but I think he's young. He's younger.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Jeez.
So yeah, big news. That was kind of out of the blue.
Was. I mean, and several things have been happening. Like, we're definitely going to be getting a huge celebration coming up. Something else just kind of came over the next weekend. Let's see if I can find the article. Basically, it was asked to Kathleen Kennedy kind of the future plans
Yes.
past the slate of movies to 2020. And, things were discussed like, here's the future of Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy met, or I guess is going to meet, I think they're calling it even like a summit type of thing. Excuse me. Where she's meeting with some of the story group people, the, I think she called it the board or the trustees or something like that. I think that's what she called it. And even the filmmakers that have worked on the Star Wars movies thus far, kind of talking about how the story should go, just the creative direction for future movies. And they're saying that we might get the results of those conversations probably in Orlando Celebration this next April.
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
It's gonna be a huge celebration, probably just the biggest in terms of just.
In fact,
just
I hope
news
I hope they don't show anything. Well, when are they shooting Han Solo?
In March, I think.
Yeah, the first beginning of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll definitely get the look of Han.
We have to get the look.
But do you think we'll get stuff before celebration? Like because they
Han
got to be
Solo?
doing photos and stuff, obviously, beforehand.
I don't think we'll see. No, I don't think. They've been really good at holding out their marketing for these events, and they really carefully filtering their marketing. So I don't think we'll get anything of Han Solo until Celebration. But we'll
What
get
about episode 8?
Yeah, I think we'll get some episode 8 stuff.
I think
They're
we're
already done
getting
shooting.
a teaser. We're getting a teaser on Rogue One. I guarantee it.
That'd be awesome.
I
'cause
really think
they're
we're getting a
done.
teaser on Rogue
it's
One. Yes.
wrapped. So
In fact, I was pretty disappointed last year that we didn't get anything. We didn't get a Rogue One trailer on episode 7 because they were done shooting. So I think, but there was that big thing about them were doing some reshoots and changing the script a little bit or something like that. But I do think we're going to get something. I think it's going to be a really quick teaser. Episode 8. I think we're going to get a Rogue One.
Octo Island again.
And then you're right. I think we won't get anything on Han Solo. Now, I read an article just today. Actually, I don't know the source, and I can't remember what it was, but it talked about how I think it was on Comic Book Movie, but I think it talked about how Whoever was someone who was slated to do the Boba Fett movie.
Oh, the Josh Trank stuff.
Yes. Yeah. How far? How it actually got really far.
Super close. They're literally about to announce it.
And they were announcing it at Celebration 2015.
I remember like
in Europe.
Yeah, hearing the news that hey, he's got the flu, he can't come.
That was in Europe. That was in.
That wasn't the one you went to, was it?
Yeah, it was the one. Did I go 2015?
Back to Anaheim?
Yeah, in Anaheim.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So they were going to announce it, a teaser in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Whoa! But I guess it got completely shelved
because of the director. Because Josh Trank. Because he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that happened on Fantastic Four, that production fell apart. And you saw it. I haven't seen the movie yet. Still.
Okay. Well, maybe it was best.
He just couldn't really handle it. So yeah, that kind of got shelved and replaced with Han Solo. But I'm reading the article here of the future of Star Wars, and yeah, Kathleen Kennedy says she's planning to sit down in January to talk about the future of Star Wars. What are we? And she's quoted and said, "What are we doing? How do we feel is exciting? What do we feel is exciting? And what are some of the things that we want to explore?" They're going to be talking to the story team and the trust, the visual effects team that they've been working with. And then she says, "We always pull in the directors and the writers that have been a part of these other three movies. We create pretty much a very collegiate group of people to share ideas." And if they're meeting in January, we should definitely get some news, hopefully, by Celebration Orlando, which would be freaking incredible. And there's also in this article talking about, I'm reading this article off Star Wars Newsnet, but the interview, I can't remember what the source of the interview is. I think it's is it Entertainment Weekly? I don't know. Yeah, it's Entertainment Weekly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But they talk about George Lucas and kind of the ideas he had, before he left. And there's basically reminding everybody that, George Lucas, when he first came to Kathleen Kennedy, was saying how it was kind of his idea that there would be, 3 trilogies and spinoffs.
Really?
3 different spinoffs. Like way back when, like it's always been kind of told that he's going to do 4 trilogies, but he will whittle that down until the 2 trilogies, and then he had pitches again for the sequel trilogy. But then he said 3 trilogies here. He told Kathleen Kennedy this: 3 trilogies and 3 spinoffs. One of them possibly being Han Solo. And then then he gave him their stuff and he left. But the Rogue One idea came from someone else.
It was John Knoll, I think.
I think that's right. It has name in here somewhere. And the third one is still rumored to be Boba Fett, maybe. That kind of thing. But I'm excited. It just makes me more excited for Celebration. John Knoll. Yeah,
I want Kenobi.
Oh my gosh. Like,
I mean, Ewan McGregor wants to do Kenobi.
We say this all the time, but come on, people.
What the heck, man?
Why would you not do it?
Yeah.
That's the bigger question.
Now, I don't know if we mentioned this. This kind of ties in to where we said Kenobi should go, which is Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we talked about this last week, but Disney is sounds like they're planning on buying Netflix. Have you heard this?
Buying? No, I haven't heard.
Oh, you haven't heard this?
Well, maybe I have. I don't know, but I know they got
no,
a
they're
contract
talking about
with them.
Yeah, they have an exclusive deal with them, but they're actually talking about buying them.
Sure, why not?
Why not? They own everything else.
Oh gosh.
But that would basically truly, open the door for everything. I mean, they're obviously Disney will put everything on there, and
just the programming in general, outside of Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah, because I think the article I read was they basically want to do a streaming service, a Disney streaming.
And they have a streaming service, but they kind of have
they have apps,
and I think that this like chest thing. It's like you can buy movies off of their
the Disney movies
Disney
everywhere.
Anywhere
thing. Yeah. It's basically. All Disney programming basically is on there. Yeah, almost everything. So anyway, but it's not a. I guess it is a streaming service, but it's not a app on your TV or on these like Netflix. So instead of creating one, I think that's what they're thinking. I was like, well, we'll just buy the best one out there.
We'll just buy it. All right, let's buy it.
So that's probably going to happen. I guess. Eventually Disney's going to own everything. Incredible. Hey, we're for sale.
Yep.
Let's see. So anyway, yeah, that's
Well, yeah, but besides that, the Han Solo, a lot of stuff coming with Rogue One, a lot more spots coming out that I'm not watching. Some other
I haven't watched many spots.
descriptions, like there's apparently a description detail of a scene between Vader and Krennic that I'm definitely staying away from.
A speaking scene?
I mean, I guess it's just a
In a spot?
No, I think it's like a.
I did watch
article.
I did watch the featurette.
Yeah, I watched that. The 2-minute
Yeah,
kind of feature. That was cool.
that was good.
Let's see where I could find that really quick. But yeah, but just be careful, everybody, because there's unless you don't care about spoilers, there's plenty of spoilers out there to go around.
Yeah.
I'm sure by now. So I have a hard time to find it. But anyways,
You should care.
yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
maybe. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people.
You should care.
I'm pretty much just a strictly a trailer guy. Like I'll watch trailers.
Trailers, yeah.
If I catch it, if I catch one on TV, a teaser, then or a spot, then I guess I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna look for it.
The details on the scene between Darth Vader and Orson Krennic from Rogue One. Not gonna read it.
Not gonna do it. Not
And there's also
gonna
some
do it.
projected stuff that right now Rogue One is projected to come in with a $130 million weekend.
That's
opening
huge.
Weekend. Yeah.
That's huge.
gonna
And they haven't even
be
pre-sold. How do they
huge.
even know that? They haven't even pre-sold anything yet.
Yeah.
That is, you're just tracking to
How do you
go.
know?
Wait a minute. Did I miss something? Because I saw that and I was like, right away, I went to Fandango. I was like,
I mean,
whoa.
Like maybe worldwide, probably. So far,
No, I
with
thought
UK
that was
sales.
domestic.
Was it domestic?
Yeah, it was domestic.
Let me go back down.
Tracking to have a $130 million domestic opening, I thought that's what it said. Because they don't really.
Yeah, it's in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, U.S. and Canada, right? So, I mean, that's just here.
How are they doing?
Because Europe doesn't really do all that well. It does
True.
okay, but it doesn't do all that well. Asia does really well. They can usually count something like a big hit movie like that. You can count on probably like 300 or 400 million from Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you get about a couple hundred million from.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's huge like Avatar,
Right.
Force Awakens. I can't remember what Force Awakens did in Europe, but
I think it released later in China too.
it did.
Which kind of hurt
really later.
Hurt
Yeah,
the $1 billion
yeah.
record. But
But I think Rogue One will do. I think it'll open extremely well. I'm not sure I'll have the legs that Episode 7 had,
maybe not.
but it could, because again, it could be a major surprise.
Yeah.
Because I'm already I'm just loving everything I'm seeing about it,
Yeah.
and I mean I loved what I saw about Episode 7, but something about this is just very. I think the nostalgic of this thing, man.
Definitely nostalgic, and
You know what I mean?
and that's why reading these articles about it, like that's why they chose that story, is because it was so nostalgic. And again, the story is very similar to A New Hope. It's like the same movie.
It is the same movie. Well, it's
the story.
It completely sets up that movie. I mean,
Exactly.
it really it's the story before, even that featurette. Remember he says, "Read the crawl in episode
Yeah.
4." I mean, that one sentence is our movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
This is definitely, lots of writing on this movie, and that's another part of the article that I was reading was that a lot is writing on Rogue One for the future of these spin-off movies.
oh yeah,
If this does really well, they'll keep doing spin-offs. If it doesn't do very well, then they'll just keep doing the trilogy movies, saga films. So a lot is writing on this, and they're kind of playing it safe with the story of it. But then if this does really well, they'll go more experimental, more different type of Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
With the spin-offs. One of the things that they are doing different, though, Kennedy hasn't specifically said no, but basically has. There will be no crawl for this movie. For Rogue
yes,
One. Like she's like saying, yeah, this one's probably not going to have it. She keeps saying like, yeah, it's probably not going to have it, but
yeah. I don't think it will.
it's not going to. Yeah. So we'll see
And-
how it opens.
And we did get a rating for it,
Yep. PG-13.
PG-13, which I have a feeling every Star Wars movie is going to
Sure.
be PG-13 from now on. Pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, it's
It's not surprising anymore.
not surprising anymore. Yeah.
But also, reading Catalyst is making it even more exciting.
Man, yes, we are. So we are. I'm on chapter 10, I think.
I think it's about where I am.
Yeah, and
9, 10. Yeah.
man, it is. I'll tell. We're not going to spoil anything yet. I think we told you last week. And my apologies because I think last week's episode was we recorded it on time. I must have just slipped my mind to just post it.
Mike had 2 for this
so
week.
So you got
guys.
2 this week, pretty much. But even though it's dated still last week, but it was. I didn't.
You're not crazy.
I just noticed I didn't put it out. So anyway, Catalyst. We mentioned it that last week's show that we'll do a big full review of it. Mm-hmm. Probably we'll do a review of it before Rogue One, but we'll really spoil it after Rogue One because I think we're gonna give away too much. I think maybe. Although I don't know,
those who don't want to read it, maybe for
I was about to say because we could if you know you're not gonna read it, it's a good setup. I mean, you're learning a ton about Krennic, about Urso.
And the whole family, Lyra,
Galen, basically, yeah. Is it Galen? It sounded like they said they call.
I'm reading it, so I'm not hearing it.
Oh, that's right. They call him. They call him. I think they call him Galen. Galen Urso.
We'll
they didn't say Galen
say it in the movie. I don't know. Are they saying Lyra or Lyra?
Lyra. And of course, Jin, and then Orson Krennic. And so, but just the bottom line, you are hearing things about the Death Star that you did not know.
Yeah, it's actually filling gaps.
It's filling huge gaps.
Awesome cameos from other characters we haven't seen in a while, and not really cameos like they're a part of the story. But
I will say this cool thing about because I'm doing the audiobook. Yeah, there's a chapter where Tarkin shows up.
Yeah,
and it's weird because. The book, I listened to the book Tarkin, James Luceno, right? Same book, author, but read differently from a different person. Mm-hmm. But dang, does the voice of Tarkin sound like pretty much the same?
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
I think they probably got the same guy to come for that voice.
So, I was wondering, is the narrator not doing the voices?
All the time. I mean, like Ahsoka, she did everything.
Yes.
Lost Stars, the guy did everything for that.
Tarkin, the guy did. It sounded like I think he did everything for that.
I thought Twilight Company, either that guy's just good, or they might have gotten some different people. There was definitely a guy all the way through.
Yeah, and because there's other voices in there that I'm like, there's no way that this.
Right now, I'm listening to the Princess Scoundrel Farm Boy, the A New Hope novelization, sort of. Which is cool. Uh-huh. There are some changes that are kind of, or just things they leave out and little things that they add in there that are pretty cool. Right now they left out. They haven't talked like it's really cool because they tell at first the point of view of Princess Leia, and it's read by a woman, and as Princess Leia, it's told from the point of view of her. So the first part is the princess, second part is the scoundrel, and it's told from Han Solo's, and they get a guy to read it.
Oh, I see. They
skipped over Luke's introduction. And Luke first appears in the cantina talking to Han, which I thought was weird. But there's definitely different actors with these different. There's an actor for Luke, actor for Obi-Wan, Han, Leia, Vader's different.
I would actually prefer that.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and I want you to hear Tarkin's voice because I want to know if that's the same guy. They just got the same guy for Tarkin.
Yes, because when he started talking as Tarkin, I'm like, man, that is like. Because I just listened to Tarkin, and I'm like, that's pretty good. I was like, if he's nailing that same voice, or they brought the same guy in, because there's 2 different narrators. But anyway, Catalyst is fantastic. It's a. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a must read. I think before you go see Rogue One, even though we're not even halfway through it yet. But it's already answered a ton of questions that we've even had on the show. Yeah. But there's still more. There's still more questions that haven't. You know what I mean? You're talking about 19-year gap here. Yeah. Of the Death Star, but it's with Rebels. You're kind of seeing the connections now. Yeah. It's funny because just a couple episodes ago we were talking about how the books don't really hold that much relevance.
Yeah. This one does.
This is huge as far as canon goes.
I think this book, Catalyst, and some of the comics, like the Star Wars line and maybe even the Vader line, are pretty essential.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, a lot of those stuff. Like the Lando series was just a great read.
Yeah, and the Leia one, was okay, but you're right. The Kanan one was pretty good. Just if you want to know his past,
that's true.
But again, it's not really relevant. Like a New Dawn wasn't very relevant.
So you don't need that to understand other. It doesn't.
Moving forward, you don't.
Moving forward, it's not like a gaping hole. It's
no,
like,
correct. There's no questions
exactly.
really about it. That's true. That's true. So I'm interested to read. I'm actually interested because I think right after Catalyst, and I go watch Rogue One. I'm really interested in Heir to the Jedi.
I am too. I feel like I remember it didn't do very well when it came out.
Well, and only because it's told first person.
Yeah.
By Luke. Like the story is told by Luke.
It's never happened before.
So people aren't really, I don't think they dug that.
Yeah.
I think the audiobook will be fine. But I want to know, I want to read something or hear something between the movies.
Yeah.
Versus that gap of 3 and 4.
Sure.
That's between 4 and 5. So it's like, I want to get into that one next, I think. But you kind of, you've done that with Lost Stars and with Twilight. That's kind of, even though they're kind of
Lost Stars definitely fills some gaps, but it's all from the point of view of these minor characters within the scope of a whole saga. Twilight Company, it's also not terribly essential. It's all this small group of people on the outskirts of even the galaxy. Like they're just kind of doing these little skirmishes for the rebellion. Aftermath is pretty good, though, actually.
Yes, yeah.
That's probably another essential one.
Those will be, I think, absolutely. Yeah, because those are meant to fill in the gaps between 6 and 7. So
Bloodline's pretty good. I'm still getting through that. I'm kind of put those books on pause until I get through Catalyst. But those books are pretty good.
A Bloodline is after.
Yeah, it's about 15 or so years, I think. Maybe 18 years after.
Because Leia's a little older.
A little older, and Kylo's still training under Luke at this point.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
definitely.
Ben Solo,
do that.
sorry.
Ben Solo, right. Yeah. There's some good reads out there, man.
Yeah.
But Catalyst is definitely a must. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I do want to bring in Cody.
Yeah, he's further than either of us.
Yes,
he'll probably
be done through the weekend for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to bring him in just get the three of us to review that. But so look for that here next few weeks. Okay, so Rebels had a new episode this past week. Mm-hmm. Iron Squadron. What'd you think about that?
I liked it. It was different. It was actually, as I was watching it, I was kind of, some things are happening that kind of were off-putting in a way. I don't know if it was just way more lighthearted than other episodes. Like, it was mainly these 3 new characters, Iron Squadron, that we were introduced to.
Yes.
One of them was kind of like the all brawn, no brain kind of guy. He was kind of a goober, just saying weird stuff. And the main guy,
I felt like he was a human Zeb.
Kind of was, but even more, I hate to say dumb, but he kind of was dumb, but it was funny. Mart was kind of the main group of main guy of Iron Squadron, who's General Sato's
nephew.
Yep. But I thought his character was kind of weird too. I don't know, like he was just a little stubborn, but I guess that's his arc. Mm-hmm. But it was a cool episode. Thrawn's in it, and he does this typical Thrawn stuff so far we've seen, just kind of like not doing much, but with his voice, it's just cool, but it's so slow. He talks so slow, but I like that. But it was still a cool episode. We got to see the YT-2400, that ship, the Outrider ship.
See, that's the thing. Did they call it the Outrider?
No,
they did not call it the Outrider. Because the Outrider's Dash Rendar's.
Dash Rendar, but there's more than one of those models, so that's.
But I was hoping, I didn't know that they were in that ship.
Yeah.
Whenever I saw previews of it.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, and I was like, man, are they going to do a Dash reference somehow?
Well, see, I knew they weren't because they talked about that at Celebration. It was on one of the panels, and a fan asked if that was going to be Dash. He's like, no, it's not Dash. It's just the same ship. But when they introduced Mart, when he was like turning around in the chair, I was like, I wonder if that's a young Dash.
I thought so too.
But
I thought that would be a dash.
it was nuts.
But I saw a Rebels recon. They confirmed that there's a Y2, or what is it, a YT 2400. There's a YT 2400 in episode. Was it?
I haven't watched it
3?
yet. Recon.
Shoot, I can't remember.
Like just flying around the course.
Leaving one of the spaceports. No, it was
the Falcons in it.
It was in episode 4, the special edition of Tatooine. When they're arriving in Tatooine, when they're first getting in, their ship's flying away. There's a YT 2400.
All right,
They mentioned that. That's right.
I got to watch it now to see what's in there.
So it's in the special edition, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't there before, but that's where it first appeared. Actually,
That's cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, I think it was, again, I liked it, but I'm still, man. I hope they are building something up for Thrawn. I mean, they are holding him back.
He's just gathering so much. I feel like I feel he's got.
He's not a main character right now. He's kind of just sitting back, and he's not.
He doesn't seem threatening right now.
No, he's not. So something's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen. But he is like that. He's just showing up right at the last moment whenever things are finishing up right now. But I think he's gonna eventually be ahead of him. So the season's going okay. I mean, it's going well. We've kind of left Maul.
Yeah.
But
at this point, he had to have fought Obi-Wan.
I guess. I mean, yeah, at some point. Or is he training more to get... I don't know.
At least give us maybe... I'd be so cool if they just got like a couple episodes of just them. Just 2 or 3 episodes of just those guys doing their thing. Fighting,
I still
whatever.
want that in the TV show.
Come on.
Freaking Ray Park and
you
Ewan McGregor
back at it again?
That would be freaking awesome. So I don't think is there. I don't know. Is there another episode? I can't remember. There's another episode. Of this.
See, I watched it. I
don't think there
Recon,
is.
so I didn't see.
I don't think there is. But did they show? I can't even remember if they showed a clip.
Next one is 26. So actually, yeah, it's
No,
yeah,
yeah,
Saturday
that's
26.
right.
It's the Hondo.
Oh
Hondo
yes. Okay,
which looked kind of
Hondo's
funny.
back.
I saw some clip of that actually. It looks pretty funny. It's weird names. It's the Winkathu job. It's got a weird name in there.
So we saw Hondo, I think, the first episode, right? When they freed him.
Yeah,
but
he's a good character.
Okay, so what else?
Any comics? Excuse me, comic news.
There was a release of like what's coming up, but that's not really relevant. Like February's releases or something like that. It's like Darth Maul and Dr. Aphra's number 4. Aphra should be, I think, debuting next month or something like that. Yeah, I got the weekend. I'm gonna be catching up on comics this weekend. I did put a another poll out this past week, which I thought was interesting, on our Twitter. Hashtags ITF poll.
Yes, which is a good one.
Which Jedi Master would you want to be trained under?
That was a tough question. And
we put Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan. Now, who would you pick?
It was hard because it's like 3 awesome guys.
Yeah, I know.
I picked Obi-Wan because he just seems like the nicest guy to be around.
And this was the very tight.
Yeah.
Like, so Obi-Wan won by 1%. He got 37%. Mace got 36%, and then Qui-Gon got 27%.
That'd be really cool.
I would go Mace.
That was a close second.
I
for
would
me.
go Mace.
Yeah. Just his style.
Although,
is really cool.
although I have come to believe that Obi-Wan may be the most powerful Jedi.
He probably is.
I mean, he's. It's just it's in the end, it's exactly how Anakin described him in episode 2. You remember? He says he's as as wise as Master Yoda and as powerful as Master Windu. I mean, it's like, what the heck? How is he not the most powerful Jedi then?
Yeah.
He's got the wisdom of Yoda and the power of Mace, but so, Obi-Wan is pretty incredible, but Mace, I've always been a big fan of Mace Windu.
Yeah.
So anyway, look for those every Monday. We run them for 3 days on our Twitter at Inside the Force. We'll put another one out Monday and review the results for you on the show here. Okay, I think I don't know whether relevant news is out there.
I don't think so. Nothing really.
Well, on the gaming side, we'll mention this. If you know us a little bit and follow us, we don't talk much games on here because we're trying to stick with mainly the stories of Star Wars and what's canon. And but we do play Star Wars the card game from Fantasy Flight. We actually do a podcast on that as well called the Combat Guild. There's a podcast done by guys that we're associated with for the X-Wing miniatures game called Stay on Target. So you can, if you are into those games at all or listen and find, they're part of the 21 Network, so you found them. Anyway, Corey, your brother Corey, Coup Master Coup, he's decided to go ahead and start another show based on the new Star Wars game that's coming out from Fantasy Flight called Star Wars Destiny. And this is a customizable, what they're calling it. They're calling it they're calling it a collectible dice and card game. So this is a card game that has dice involved in it, and there's more games out there that I think did Pokemon have dice? No, Pokemon didn't have dice.
No dice.
Did Yu-Gi-Oh or something? Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
There's some other card games out there that involve dice.
I play Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. I can't remember actually. Magic is a big one. It's like the one.
But I don't think that has dice, does it?
I thought it did.
No, because I've played Magic with Corey. I don't think it has dice.
See, I don't know. 'Cause I don't play Magic.
So maybe there isn't too many card games with dice in it. But
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah. You're right.
That's still pretty big, right?
Yeah, it is pretty big. So this is the game I feel like that most Star Wars card game players wanted in the beginning. They wanted to be quicker and easier because the card game is a little more. I feel like there's a lot more details to it and strategy and thought. Destiny. I don't know. I'll leave it. I'll just leave it at that. But the Destiny game. Anyway, so we got a new show out there. If you're actually into the game or want to learn more about the game, it's called the Jedi Trials, and thejeditrials.com is where you can go and find the RSS feeder there. Now I'll go ahead and start revealing some things too. I want to just throw it out there, but all of our websites are getting makeovers basically. We're going to be doing. I won't reveal that yet. But we're in the process of doing something else that's going to kind of bring everything together.
Yeah.
Because if you've seen our artwork that I put out for the 21 Network, change is coming, and we've been promoting that for a while now. But it's taken a long process to kind of filter out what we're exactly going to do.
Almost a rebirth, you might say.
Almost, yes, very much so.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of a rebirth. But I think it's going to be. Honestly, I think it's really for our listeners, and it's an easier way for you to interact with us and to help us out with what we're doing. And I think it's going to just benefit you more, and it kind of brings, like I said, a lot of things together that are kind of scattered right now. So we're in the process of doing that. We're going to try to get that stuff done by the end of the year and go for a big 2017 launch. So. So look for that. Stay tuned for that. We'll release that very soon because I think we made some big decisions today. I think about it.
Yeah, some good talks.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it.
That's it.
That's it. So let's get into some. Oh, we'll say real fast. Because I forgot last time to talk about this, but the Smuggler's Bounty Box, man, mine came in the other day. Great one, Rogue One. It's got several figures in here. It's got a Jyn Erso
looks
pop.
bigger.
Yeah, it's longer. It's longer. It's got a Jyn Erso pop, Death Trooper pop figure, and a little. It's not a pop figure, but it's a little Vader.
It's vinyl.
Stature. Is it vinyl?
I think it's a vinyl toy.
Nice, really cool. But and then a T-shirt, of course, is in here, and then a pin and a patch. But awesome box. If you haven't subscribed to this thing, you need to. Star Wars Bounty. You can go to smugglersbounty.com to subscribe. It's $25 every 2 months. Get a brand new box, all licensed, officially licensed Star Wars stuff. I will tell you, the one coming in January is Empire Strikes Back themed. Mm. They put a picture of what's in there. It's a Han riding a Tauntaun pop figure.
That's awesome.
It is freaking awesome. So go there and get that. They are not sponsoring the show whatsoever. So I'm not. I'm just telling you out of pure Star Wars fandom, you need to go get that and sign up. So
it's pretty awesome. Better if they had Han cutting open a Tauntaun with a lightsaber.
That would be pretty awesome.
What?
And then it smelled bad.
It smelled bad. You put your nose up to it. It smells bad. It smells bad. You thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Maybe Luke's halfway hanging out. His arms hanging out of
it. It's the most graphic pop figure ever.
PG-13. All right. Let's go. Let's read some canon stuff.
All right. So today, the book I'm reading, DK book, Ultimate Star Wars. I'm profiling really quick the Sando Aqua Monster. If you don't know what that is, I wouldn't expect you to know what that is, but you know once I describe it. The Sando Aqua Monster is the gigantic fish in the deep core, I guess it's the deep core, of Naboo in Episode 1. The planet core. This is the biggest one. The biggest fish that eats the other fish at the end, rips it in half. He kills all the fishes, I think. But so Sando Aqua Monster appears only in Episode 1. It is 200 meters long, which is 656 feet. It's over 2 football fields long. Homeworld Naboo. It's a muscular monster, as it says here. And you can actually remember, if you saw it in Episode 1, you could see its muscles. Webbed hands, immense snapping jaws. It is the largest predator in the Naboo Ocean. I wonder how it compares to the Krayt dragon, actually. We'll have to find that out later.
I think that thing's way bigger. I think that's way bigger.
Probably. Or like a Sarlacc, because those things are actually pretty big, too.
Yes.
So the Sando Monster, biggest predator in the oceans of Naboo. It's the only one that is able to bite through the Opie Sea Killer, which is the orange fish that bit the Bongo ship that they were riding in Episode 1 in the ocean. So it can bite. It's the only thing to bite through that because that thing has actually armored scales, which we'll talk about that in a few weeks because that's the next creature to talk about. Sando Monster actually has to constantly eat to maintain its enormous form. It devours entire schools of fish. And it's, surprisingly, even though it is ginormous, it is actually rarely seen by Gungans. It lives deep in the deep part of the ocean, deep environment. So, crazy, huge monster. Lots of razor sharp teeth. Sando Aqua Monster.
So on that note, out of everything, absolutely everything you need to know, I'll go to the arena beasts, which are highlighted in Episode 2, when Padme, Anakin, Obi-Wan are tied up there in the what's called the Petraniki arena. Is that how you say that?
Oh, from
Petraniki.
You could say it, sure.
Petraniki arena.
Petranaki, I don't know.
Petranaki, yeah, I don't know. It's the Geonosis,
the big arena.
Big arena Geonosis. Yeah. Now that thing is really that is built in the natural rock hollow. Can be flooded for water battles.
Ooh, water battles.
Named for an ancient art of combat. Tunnel links it to a secret droid factory. Obviously.
What?
Now this is. I'll just run through the animals real quick. So what we see in those are those 3 animals. If you don't know, one's the Nexu, which is the agile cat-like animal that attacks Padme.
Yeah.
The Acklay.
Yep.
Which is the big kind of
almost like a
kind of praying mantis type.
Yeah.
It is part reptile. part crustacean and part reptile. And then you have the reek, which has long horns, a short temper. Now, strange but true, reeks change color depending on what they eat. Arena reeks are deep red because of the rich meat diet.
Yeah.
On other planets, reeks may be brown, gray, or even yellow.
Cool.
And then last thing, the Pentraniki arena
Let's go for it.
can hold a number of spectators up to 100,000 spectators.
It's good.
Huge.
Good.
It's basically like a football field.
Yeah.
All right, so that will do it for us on Inside the Force. We hope everybody has a glorious and plentiful Thanksgiving weekend. I hope now that TNT's got, I hope there's a Star Wars marathon going on. There should be.
Oh, man, yeah, they've been missing
You know what I
out
mean?
on the holidays, yeah.
There was one on the other night. I think it was Sunday. Maybe.
Really?
They had one episode 1, 2, and 3 in a row.
Dang it.
Yeah.
The only time I wish I had cable.
Yeah. I tell you though, it does frustrate me because it's blown up 116:9, so it's not widescreen. So you do actually lose a lot, and I can tell.
Yeah.
it's not as sharp, because
Yeah.
it's blown. So hey, it's Star Wars. I'm gonna put it on, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, we'll be again, we'll be back next week, but 3 more weeks, man. Rogue One will be so basically in 2 weeks, because in 3 weeks will be, what we say? Yeah, we're going to try to record right before, I think, right? So
So 3 weeks we'll record in 3 weeks, or should we record in Tuesday before the movie?
probably
And release it
Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, we'll put it out Wednesday, right?
Okay,
Yeah. That's probably what we need to do. That'll be our full kind of speculation.
Or we release it Thursday and they can just while they're waiting for the movie. We'll talk about it.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
You know,
We'll get a show out.
For our speculation one, I know because Andy Smith, the guy who actually I interviewed for our show, several months ago, when we did the Force Awakens one, a speculation, he didn't listen to that because he didn't want to be spoiled, and he listened to it afterwards, and he was so shocked at how much we got right. So I saw him today actually at Kroger, and he said I told him about our Rogue One speculation. He's like, I'm not going to listen to it. You gotta wait till after.
In fact, I need to go back and listen to our, because I haven't actually gone back and listened to our episode 7.
There's some things going on, but the basic order of events, and like talking about Han and Leia and the how we kind of thought Kylo and how that was going to happen.
Right.
We were pretty good.
I think we did we mention that we thought Han was going to die?
Yeah, that's kind of like we couldn't say for sure, but that's what we were leaning towards. He's probably going to get killed, and Kylo most likely might be a Solo.
The Solo. Yeah, totally. And we I got to listen to it again. 'Cause I don't know what we said about. I can't remember what I said about Rey.
I think we thought she would be revealed to be somebody like.
We thought she was going to be a Skywalker.
Skywalker,
I thought,
yeah,
pretty much.
like
But
Luke's daughter because the lightsaber.
yes,
But we'll see. It's still out.
Anyway,
Verdict's out.
Rogue One. I don't know how much we can actually speculate, but
I mean,
you kind of know the story.
We kind of already, they have hashed out what we thought's going to happen. I mean, there's still a few. Well, after we get done with Catalyst,
but again, there's like you said, there's an order of events.
Yeah, the kind of the sequence of like planet to planet. The big plot points. What's going to happen, and the Galen, and what's going to happen with Krennic, what's going to happen with the rebels at the end of the movie. That kind of stuff. What role Vader will play.
Yes, very much so.
Interesting.
Who's the one that tells Bail to go back to Alderaan?
Yeah.
Because that guy sent him to his death.
What an idiot! You should just go away in your little palace.
Yeah, just hang there. We'll get Leia there.
Yeah.
No problem.
What's the worst that can happen? It's a peaceful planet.
Yes, exactly. It's not like it's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
or
what are you
anything.
gonna do? We're gonna blow it up. We're gonna blow. Yeah, okay, yeah. Go sit in your palace.
But see,
Bail.
that's another thing that about Catalyst, man. I want to talk about, but we can't on here yet about timelines. We'll get to. But anyway. Thanks for listening, everybody. Again, have a great weekend. Be safe if you're traveling.
Yep.
If you are traveling, listen. You got plenty of Inside the Force shows to listen to. Go back and
absolutely
InsideTheForce.com. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TuneIn Radio. We appreciate everybody on those. Numbers keep going up on those, so we really, really appreciate you guys. Spreading the word. InsideTheForce.com. Inside the Force on Twitter and Facebook. He's Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I am D. Cottingham21. We will be back next week for Casey Cooley.
What's good a reward if you ain't around to use it? Besides, attacking that battle station ain't my idea of courage. It's more like suicide.
Nice.
Yeah. The guy who's doing the voice of Han Solo in the Star Wars novelization is actually really good.
Really good?
He sounds pretty good.
Very close.
He's got that gruff talk
Yeah.
like Han Solo. Pretty good.
All right, guys. See you guys next week. And
Watch some Star Wars.
And watch some Star Wars, yeah. Get to know it. Go get Catalyst.
Yeah. Read Star Wars, play Star Wars, watch it.
Yes. Tweet it.
Yeah.
Let us know. Whatever. All right. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.